Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Moira's Kitchen, and today I'll be sharing my quick and easy chicken burger recipe, a perfect meal for a weekend. So let's get started. Here I have taken 500 grams of minced lean chicken and I'll be marinating it with a couple of seasonings and herbs. First of all, I'm using an everything's bagel spice. So this is a mixture of dried onions, dried garlic, ginger powder, sesame seeds, salt. If you don't have this mixture, you can go with your choice of seasoning. Apart from the everything spiced bagel, I'm also adding chili flakes, paprika, salt and pepper, some chopped coriander leaves, some chopped spring onions and just a little bit of chopped onions as well. So you need to keep your meat marinated for at least 30 minutes before you begin making your burger. So in this video, I actually made the burger the next day. So what I did was I made very thin patties of the meat and then I froze it overnight and I made the burger the next day. While your meat is marinating, let's make a quick cheesy onion rings. So here I'm taking some cheddar cheese. You can use any kind of baking tray and line it with your favorite cheese. I'm using some cheddar and some Parmesan cheese. You can use plain Parmesan cheese or a little herby Parmesan cheese. In this case, I'm using a little herbed flavored Parmesan cheese. Make sure you spread your cheese nicely all over your baking tray and there are no lumps. Now I'll be using some white sweet onions. I always prefer to use these kind of onions when making onion rings because the cheese is obviously a little salty and white onions have a little bit of sweetness in them, so this gives a very beautiful contrast flavors to your onion rings. If you don't have white onions available near you, you can always use your usual purple onion. I'm lightly seasoning the onions with some paprika, some dried parsley leaves and a little bit of pepper. You can choose to use your favorite seasonings. I usually avoid adding salt because it tends to take out more water from the onions and I don't want it to be soggy. Top off the onions with Parmesan cheese. I feel it's always a good idea to use Parmesan on top because it gives a very nice thin brown crispy layer of cheese. And I'm going to spray a little bit of oil and bake it for 10 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. You can cook your chicken patties on a tawa like how I'm doing here, or you can bake it in an oven as well. Here I'll be doing 2 thin layers of patties. If you want, you can do one thick one as well. Now what toppings you want on your burger completely depends on you. This is something that I usually prefer. So I'm adding a little bit of garlic mayo on my bun, some lettuce, some tomatoes, a little bit of white onions for some nice crunch. I'm going to add a little bit of a hickory smoked barbecue sauce. It's one of my all-time favorites. And some jalapeno pickles, of course, for the spiciness. So here goes my first patty, then goes my second patty, which I have added a little bit of cheese on top and just slightly melted it. Then goes our crispy onions and then top it off with your bun. I'm serving my burger with some thick cut fries. I've air fried them and not deep fried in oil. And trust me, when you make this meal, nobody can keep their hands off it. And here is a final look of a delicious burger with homemade fries. Do give this recipe a try and let me know in the comments what you think.